fire another epic win. Flex biceps Alex. Eala and Nadiia Kichenok triumph over Kudermetova and Rakhimova at 2025 Guangzhou Open in the shimmering lights of Guangzhou, where the echoes of rackets blend with the roar of an electric crowd. Two women etch their names deeper into tennis history. Alex Eala, the pride of the Philippines, and her Ukrainian partner Nadiia Kichenok deliver a performance that was nothing short of breathtaking, defeating Veronika Kudermetova and Kamila Rakhimova in a fiery doubles battle that left fans gasping, clapping, and chanting their names long. After the final point, this was not just another victory. It was a statement, a reminder to the tennis world that grit, chemistry, and heart can topple even the most formidable opponents. Glowing star, a night to remember in Guangzhou. The 2025 Guangzhou Open had already been brimming with storylines, comebacks, upsets, and rising stars claiming their moment under the spotlight. But on this particular evening, the energy felt different. The crowd knew something special was about to unfold. A only 20 stepped onto the court with her signature poise and youthful fire. Her aura carried that unspoken confidence, the kind that only comes from months of relentless training and a heart set on greatness. Beside her stood Nadiia Kichenok, the seasoned Ukrainian double specialist whose experience and calm presence acted as the perfect counterbalance to Eala's explosive energy. Together, they formed a dynamic blend of youth and wisdom, a combination that has been steadily conquering courts worldwide. Their opponents, Veronika Kudermetova and Kamila Rakhimova, both hailing from Russia, were no strangers to high-press matches. Kudermetova's blistering serves and Rakhimova's agile net play had made them one of the most feared duos on tour. They entered the match as favorites, but by the end, even they had to acknowledge the brilliance that unfolded across the net. Tennis set one, a storm of power and precision from the very first serve. The match was electric. Eala opened with a thunderous forehand down the line that stunned Rakhimova. The crowd erupted. It was a sign this wasn't going to be an easy night for the Russian pair. The early exchanges were intense. Kudermetova's serve cracked like lightning, and Rakhimova's volleys at the net were as sharp as blades. But Eala and Kichenok countered with intelligent play, mixing deep baseline shots with clever lobs and perfectly timed poaches at the net. At 3-3 came the first turning point. Kichenok service. Game was pushed to the brink, facing two break points. But Eala stepped up, smashing a cross-court winner at 32-40, saving the game with a kind of confidence that made even Kudermetova shake her head in disbelief. Moments later, the Filipina-Ukrainian duo broke serve to take a 5-3 lead. With the momentum in their favor, they sealed the first set 6-3, punctuated by an ace from Kitchen that split the center line. The stadium roared. The crowd knew something magical was happening. Collision set 2, the comeback that almost was, but champions never go down quietly. In the second set, Kudermetova and Rakhimova unleashed a counteralt. Kudermetova's forehands began finding the corners, and Rakhimova's net coverage tightened like a trap. The Russian pair broke early, jumping to a 3-0 lead. Yet, Eala's fighting spirit refused to dim. With fire in her eyes, she rallied her team. "We fight for every point," she was heard saying during changeover, her voice steady, her will unshaken. And fight they did with stunning returns and razor-sharp reflexes. Eala and Kitchen clawed their way back into the set, breaking at 3-4 after a 22-shot rally that had the crowd gasping at every exchange. At 5-5, Eala produced one of the highlight moments of the match, A daring drop shot that barely kissed the tape and tumbled into the Russian side. The audience exploded in applause, and even her opponents could only smile in admiration. However, Kichenok and Rakhimova managed to force a tiebreak where experience briefly favored them. Despite Eala's heroics, the Russian duo edged out the set 7-65, sending the match into a deciding third. The energy was electric. The match now hung in perfect balance. Set 3, where legends are made, the final set, was not for the faint of heart. Every rally felt like a battle of wills. Every point was fought with the intensity of warriors who refused to yield. Eala's forehand was on fire, striking with laser precision, while Kit commanded the net with elegance and power. Together, they found a rhythm, an unspoken dance that only great doubles teams share. At 2-2 came the defining moment. Kudermetova's serve, usually her strongest weapon, faltered under pressure. Eala's lightning-fast returns forced errors, and on the third breakpoint, Kichenok pounced on a weak volley and buried it with authority. Break 3, to Eala and Kichenok. From there, they never looked back. With each passing game, their synergy deepened. Fire. What's next for the duo? This one propels Eala and Kichenok into the semifinals of the Guangzhou Open and possibly toward another title. But beyond rankings and prize money, they've already achieved something rarer: momentum and respect. Analysts are now calling them the dark horses of the double circuit, capable of toppling even the most established pairs. Their contrasting styles, Eala's fierce baseline game and Kichenok's net dominance, are proving to be a perfect blend. If they continue this form, a WTA doubles title might just be around the corner, and maybe even a Grand Slam run. Sparkling Heart, a story of heart, heritage, and hope. What makes this win truly special isn't just the numbers or statistics, it's the emotion behind it, representing a nation that rarely sees tennis headlines continues to blaze a trail for Filipino athletes worldwide. Each victory is a chapter in a bigger story, one about dreams defying borders, about resilience rising from underdog beginnings, and about a young woman turning potential into legacy. In her own words after the match, she said, "Every time I play, I remember who I'm doing for my family, my country, and everyone who believes in me." And that, perhaps, is what makes Alexa truly special. She doesn't just play for victory. She plays with purpose. Globe, showing Asia, Australia, the legacy continues. As the lights dimmed over Guangzhou and the crowd slowly dispersed, Eala and Kichenok linger on the court, signing autographs, taking photos, and sharing laughs. Their joy was infectious, their humility disarming. For those lucky enough to witness that match live, it wasn't just another sporting event. It was a moment of connection across nations, generations, and hearts. Because when two athletes like Eala and Kichenok step on court, they remind the world that tennis isn't just about power or precision. It's about passion, perseverance, and partnership. And as they walked off the court, hands raised high, one thing was clear. This wasn't just another win. It was another chapter in a legacy still being written. Final score: tennis, Alex, Eala, and Nadiia Kichenok, Veronika Kirova, and Kamila Rakhimova 6-3, 6-75, 6-3. Location: Guangzhou, China. Event 2025. Guangzhou Open Women's Doubles. In the end, under the golden glow of victory, Alex and Nadiia Kichenok didn't just triumph, they inspired, and the world watched in awe as history once again smiled upon their courage. Glowing star, Flex Biceps Tennis. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next